but sometimes it's very disrespectful. I think there's a lot of racism when it comes to it.
And yet, since she's joined the league as a rookie, she's been abused. She's been abused over and over again by these other players. And reportedly, it's a race thing.
Angel Reese has finally been suspended from the WNBA after her mean, racially charged attack on Caitlin Clark. Many people feel this was a wake-up call that should have happened a long time ago. Ever since Caitlin started doing great on the court, it feels like Angel has been trying to tear her down using everything from dirty fouls and cheap hits to straight-up false accusations.
There's a complaint about everything. This is insanity. This is all because they hate this little white girl.
And now, even with her team missing the playoffs, you would think Angel Reese would calm down, but nope, this time she didn't just go after Caitlin, she also went after her fans, calling them racists. It feels like we're watching a whole new level of pettiness. Reese seems so busy throwing shade that she doesn't notice she's the one left in the dark, but now there's no more avoiding responsibility. The league has had enough, and we have the official statement to prove it.
That many black women inside the WNBA are resentful that this white woman came in and is getting all this attention.
This rivalry is starting to feel like one of those bad sequels nobody asked for, yet it just keeps going anyway. Angel Reese just can't seem to let it go, even though she's benched and not even playing. The drama keeps rolling. This time she moved the fight from the court to Twitter, because why not cause trouble in front of the whole internet? Right, here's what happened. Reese chose to support Alyssa Thomas, who had already thrown shade at Caitlin and her fans, making some really uncomfortable claims, but Reese didn't stop at just agreeing with Thomas. She went full speed, no brakes. She straight up called Caitlin and her fans racist. Yes, you read that right, in a tweet that blew up. Reese basically said, "We all know why they love her and hate me. Racism is still alive. If there's one thing Reese is good at, it's putting herself right in the spotlight."
All of this conversation around Indiana Fever fans, it's all just misguided over hatred of Caitlin Clark and pointing the finger at those guys, they're the racists, when really y'all are the racists. The people coming up with excuses to hate Caitlin Clark and the new fan base that she brought.
Here's the kicker, this isn't new for Angel Reese. The drama with Caitlin Clark didn't just show up out of nowhere. This feud goes way back. In basketball terms, it's old history. We're talking about many games, interviews, and now of course Twitter fights. It all started as normal trash talk on the court, just two players being competitive, but Reese has taken it way past that. This isn't just about who's better at dribbling or scoring anymore. She's made it clear it's about something much bigger: who gets the spotlight and why, and in her view, race has a lot to do with it.
Caitlin Clark goes to work every day and plays basketball well. And she stays off of social media. She's not subtweeting. She's not doing all this. She's not doing any extracurricular things. And people are still involving her in drama that has nothing.
Angel Reese's need to be the center of attention feels like a never-ending reality show nobody asked for, but somehow it keeps getting another season. She's relentless, whether it's her after-game antics, controversial interviews, or starting drama on social media. Reese really knows how to grab the spotlight. Remember that "you can't see me" hand gesture she did at Caitlin Clark. Oh yeah, that moment was bold, loud, and went viral right away. The internet couldn't get enough of it for about 2 days, then just like that it vanished, fading faster than a TikTok trend. The media moved on just as fast. What should have been a career-changing win for Angel turned into a short viral moment, and for all the wrong reasons. People were talking about her, but not because of her skills, mostly because of her over-the-top behavior.
She instigated this kind of stuff. Let's call it what it is. She was waving. She was doing the Cena. How about what she did to Raven Johnson? She didn't just go into the lane and not guard her against South Carolina in the national semifinal. She waved her off. She didn't mind.
And don't even get me started on the interviews that came after. You would think winning a championship would be the perfect moment to prove she's a real star, but nope. Reese decided to go full drama mode in an interview with Sports Illustrated, where she casually said that people only watch the WNBA because of her.
Yeah, the reason why we watching women's basketball is not just because of one person, it's because of me too, and I want y'all to realize.
Exactly, it's like she thinks she's the Beyoncé of the WNBA or something, but she's not. Not only is that thinking way off, it's also just not true. WNBA viewership has been growing for years, and here's the truth, it's not because of just one player. Once again, people talked about her for a few days, mostly joking about it, and then they moved on. The real player bringing in fans and viewers is Caitlin Clark.
Exactly right. Just to put some meat on those bones, via Forbes, okay, they have the highest audience they've seen in 24 seasons in the WNBA games. Televised games with Caitlin Clark's Indiana Fever averaged 1.18 million viewers compared to 394,000 for all other games. There were a record 22 games that averaged over 1 million viewers, 19 of which involved Caitlyn.
Then there was that famous interview with Complex Sports where Reese tried to act like the misunderstood villain. She basically said, I'll be the villain if that's what they want, but here's the problem: villains in sports only work when there's a real story behind them. Reese's version of the bad guy feels more like a desperate try to stay relevant than a well-built persona. Sure, being a villain can be fun, just look at LeBron during his Miami Heat days, but the difference is LeBron was dominant. He had the skills to back up his trash talk. Reese, on the other hand, hasn't reached that level yet. It's like she's trying to wear the villain crown, but it keeps slipping off because there's no strong game to hold it up.
Yeah, negative things have probably been said about me, but honestly, I'll take that because look where women's basketball is. People are talking about women's basketball, but you never would think that we'd be talking about women's basketball. People are pulling up to games. We got celebrities coming to games, sold out arenas, like just because of one single game. And just looking at that, like, I'll take that role. I'll take the bad guy role.
And let's not ignore her go-to move of pulling the race card. Now, don't get me wrong, racial bias in sports is real, and that's not something people argue about, but Reese's timing with these comments often feels like she's trying to dodge criticism. When people called her out for taunting Caitlyn after the NCAA championship, she quickly turned it into a race issue, saying that if Clark had done the same thing, nobody would have cared. Is there some truth to that? Maybe. Society does often see confident black women differently than white women, but let's be real, it wasn't only about what Reese did, it was about how over the top she made it by instantly making it about race. She shut down any real talk about sportsmanship and turned the whole thing into a black and white argument, no pun intended, which ended up overshadowing everything else.
Angel Reese is nothing.
Alright, let's dive into the media circle. Lots of big-name commentators are calling out Reese for what her actions really look like: a desperate grab for attention. Steph A. Smith, known for never holding back on first take, didn't waste any time criticizing her antics. He said all the drama she's causing is just a huge distraction from what really matters, basketball. He admitted she has talent, but asked when are we going to talk about her game, and honestly he's got a point. When's the last time we talked about a great play Reese made? Instead it's always about what she said, who she called out, or the drama she stirred up on Twitter. Steph basically told her girl stop talking and start playing. She's just mad because Caitlyn has shown she's the better player.
But keep your spirits up, because you're at a decisive advantage, Angel Reese. You're at a decisive advantage because they made the mistake of letting you know who they are.
But wait, Steph A wasn't done. He went even further, saying that Angel Reese's obsession with Caitlyn Clark isn't really about basketball anymore. If this was just about the game, he said, it would have ended months ago, and honestly he's right, this feud should have faded away after the championship game's final buzzer, but Reese keeps it alive like it's some soap opera we're all forced to watch. Steph A is calling her out for this, saying that her non-stop stirring of the pot is doing more harm than good. Not just for her, but for women's basketball as a whole.
Don't you know she's a black queen? You don't question black queens. You pander to them. You worship them. You venerate them. You do not question. Don't you understand that they are the modern day Jesus Christ of America? Black women, the Yas queens, hear them roar. Just exhausted.
Then there's Jason Whitlock, who never holds back with his brutally honest takes on his Fearless show back in June 2023. He didn't even try to soften it. He straight up called Angel Reese racist, making it clear there was no room for debate. Whitlock was blunt, saying that Angel and other players who don't like Caitlyn see themselves as gods who can do whatever they want.
We're not allowed anymore to show the #1 draft pick in the WNBA draft as opposed to Angel Reese, a woman who can't run. I mean, next time you watch Angel Reese play, yes, she can play. She's a good player, but she can't run. But we're not allowed to show the #1 pick in the draft, the most dynamic player, including everybody. Why? Well, because it's racist. Yes, it's racist according to the idiot.
Now let's talk about Clay Travis, the guy who loves calling out hypocrisy. He didn't hold back when talking about Reese's favorite excuse, her racism claims. Travis went straight at it, saying her claims are just a cheap trick to dodge the criticism she's getting. His point is Reese isn't being called out because she's black, she's being called out because of her actions, and that's a big difference. He also pointed out that Caitlyn Clark, who is white, has faced plenty of hate too. Let's not pretend it's been easy for her. Travis reminded everyone that Clark got backlash after dominating the 2023 NCAA tournament. According to him, this isn't about race, it's about personality, and Reese is just using the race card to avoid taking responsibility.
What she's really doing is following the playbook. It didn't go well for me. White girl is successful. White girl more popular. White girl must be bad. Bad white girl. We see it in politics with bad orange man. And of course your fans are racist. You racist. Damn it.
Finally, we get to the always opinionated Skip Bayless, who, as usual, Had a lot to say on his show Undisputed in July 2023. Bayless said that Reese's constant jabs at Caitlin Clark show something deeper, her insecurity. He said it's obvious she can't let it go because she feels unsure about her place in the game. Honestly, that might be the real truth here. Bayless argued that Reese's ongoing obsession with Clark even months later is less about competing and more about feeling threatened by Clark's success.